Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in a state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just I and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bash down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and cry. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and cry and do that righteousness. And we love dance. I will love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari.
I will love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari. Save all people.
Yeah, we love Jaja. We love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari.
We love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people.
Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just a and I say watch a man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime.
Fight down war and crime.
Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
And we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
And we love Jah. Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari. Jah
Rastafari.
Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink. Too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just and I say watch a man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace while wrong is going on. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
And we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Save all people.
And we love Jah. We love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
We love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people.
Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just a and I say watch a man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime.
Fight down war and crime.
Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
And we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
And we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
Me love Jah.
Jah Rastafari.
See about me. Me not afraid of nobody. One, me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
this. Threaten me to blood clot. Oh, me done talk to Bamba Wall. I know me a talk to God. You
Threaten me to war hit clot. Prime Minister. Good evening, Jamaica. Welcome. Do you understand the seriousness of the Prime Minister's threats? Do you understand the seriousness of the Prime Minister's threat to go toe to toe with the nation? A nation who is asking questions, a nation asking for accountability, was told by our government, if a war no war make it start, somebody have it dead when me gun just pop off. So prepared for the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister already have his gang to prepare. Licensed killers they are. Hmm? The Prime Minister also have bulldozer. Even though the Prime Minister cannot find aircraft to make his way around the country, there's enough bulldozers of the Prime Minister to take a piece of the country down. Either we're going to take it down by bulldozer or by medicine, but it must come down. It's the sort of the direction, isn't it? Where Andrew Oldness, however, do sort of that direction. Everybody honor do. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. To my community of parity and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. To the God-forsaken labor rights, good evening. To the cold feet People's National Party, good evening. Good evening to all on. Look like we commit sin at birth. Why we end up with PNP and Wasara JLP. Something do we want. See, do we all? Look what we end up with. Look at what we end up with. No better herring, no better barren. Look at us. Left in squalor, left for dead, hunger and thirst, by a government who is saying to you that he cares about your dignity, your hungry dignity, your thirsty dignity, your naked and shelterless dignity. Oh, yes, if the Prime Minister cares. We fit up him for care when he see a whole heap of money. Can't the Prime Minister, you know, it's like an ants with sugar litter all over the floor. The Prime Minister is like mad ants with sugar littered all over the floor. You want to pick up every grain of the sugar at the same time. Prime Minister. So you're chatting with to keep silence. You're chatting with say I got toe to toe with we. War, said the Prime Minister. Don't you think that is serious? Or do you think for that matter that is a Prime Minister's material? And would you be proud of such a thing as a Prime Minister if you are a Jamaican? Or a well-thinking Jamaican, may I ask? Because bad to bad, and all our well-thinking, some of us are synchronized thinkers. Yes, some of us are synchronized thinkers. They dare not to speak until the government synchronize their mindset. Bunch of fools. But you have to allow them down. Because when them wake up and find out the dragon that they are feeding blood, the dragon that the Prime Minister is that they are feeding blood, they will be so sorry. by the time they fatten this dragon. Hey, Globalist phone, do. Good evening and welcome. And Isabel Rose, Wagwan sis, how you do? Everybody, good evening and welcome. Like and share the live, please. Like and share the live. Because Jamaica people don't understand how the Prime Minister went to foreign and he gave us away for free. The Prime Minister didn't even, in give away for free, and the rest of it, he just throw it, get to the international community as brata. The rest, when you give away free, in throw it to the international community as brata. We watch the whole of the international community turn up under camera and get the government and tell the government where they get. Remember, so the international community, they might help to fight the battle, because they never go in a back room, go take time, do anything. They come out on camera, and then talk so the whole world can see, say, this and that Andrew get to date Andrew Holness. But Andrew Holness, everybody has missed something out of the rant and rave in that video where me never even pick you up this morning. International community, good evening. We know say under diplomacy, you can give instruction to a member of state how they run the show within their country, whether in a disaster or a good time or whatever. We know that you all will do your best that you can, but when it comes to running things on the ground, it's a government monopoly. So Andrew Holness monopolized the entire relief effort despite all the way I get. But Andrew Holness in his labamouth in that video said because he wants to secure the people's dignity, and this is paraphrasing the Prime Minister now, because he wants to secure the people's dignity, because the Prime Minister doesn't like to see us collecting those bag of foods and running around and handing food. But the Prime Minister doesn't like that. So choose kamikaze and say the Prime Minister care about, even when left with hungry, and while he left with hungry, in give away hungry belly and I'll throw the rest away as brand. When a country lady sell mango and you buy a dozen mango and she throw 2 or 3 penny deal as brata. That's what the Prime Minister did with us in South Africa. The Prime Minister, though, said they're going to transfer to a vulture center. Don't cuss, Don't cuss. Just ask. Don't cuss. The Prime Minister said they are going to transfer to a vulture system. All well and said, all said and done. But the amount of food that we see the international community send into the country aid-wise, we don't think all of those things are Jamaica's product. We're yet to see a lot. Every time we talk to anybody, we get any of the care package them, be a Jamaicans made stuff in them. Where we know a lot of other countries send food stuff of themselves and through the World Food Program. What happened to them food, the Prime Minister? Because when you trickle down your voucher to local shops and supermarket, are you going to be selling back the international relief effort as in foods and household items and such like, Prime Minister? Because a lot of those things come in the aid, especially those that came via the World Food Program and all of that, Prime Minister. So what today something there? Are the World Food Program them buy it, then buy the Jamaica brand them give it? So at that me want to ask you, say, hmm? At that me want to ask you, say, what happened to the same thing that come remember the Prime Minister? After burial, why the people them did they are dead for hungry. Food did upper Adpem warehouse a take worm, weeble, rat, cockroach, and you name it. And we see the whole world a chucking support to Jamaica. But we don't see anything of what the people them send come Andrew Holness and give out to the people them. So when you get the vote at the party, the people them so here you see so to your mouth to you. So you check now way. So even over the truth, you are going to go to it, you are going to go with toe to toe. Choose because you're chatting with. So you're going to go toe to toe with we over the truth. Prime Minister, you have to go shot me. No. We'll get back to the Prime Minister. Call a little nasty girl there for no, not the little nasty girl. Call a nasty big old woman there for no, please. Call a nasty big old woman. Careless. You see, it's one thing to deal with careless girl. But when it's a careless big old woman, it's a total different thing. Because you expect sometimes young girls to careless and dizzy-headed. But then when it comes to a big old woman, especially what we call in a Jamaica, long time big woman. Especially what we call in a Jamaica, long time big woman. I just a nasty girl here tonight. Oh, that nasty big woman here tonight.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness last night at Gordon House in the Parliament on his feet, responding. And you know, I tell you, I am very concerned.
And if you are confused, this in relation to the long lamented amount of quarreling that the Prime Minister made when Angela Brownberg asked him a question. This is what the long time old, big old woman, but listen to her. Listen to her.
About a disease that is taking root in our politics. It's a disease that is being normalized in certain democracies. The democracy to the north of us, our friends in America. The Trump disease, the lying, the normalization of lying. And I've spoken about it here. And in that, what you saw in the Parliament yesterday is an evolution. So those kinds of lies that are peddled, especially on social media, we see the opposition now legitimizing it in the Parliament. And it is something that poses an insidious threat to our democracy, where we lie. And if you don't tell a blatant one, you tell a half-truth. And you push it out there. And you pay people to repeat it. And if they repeat it often enough, enough people will begin to believe it. It is an insidious and dangerous threat to the democracy. Mhm. And the Prime Minister, I think, responded quite appropriately last night to Mrs. Brownberg.
And where the blood clot this? And where the blood clot this?
The Trumpists, the Trumpianism. I mean, it's a month away from Cliff Hughes's batty party. We know Cliff Hughes normally gather throughout the year around this time of the year for lobby, for people, for him party, and such like and such a forth. We get that. But when big moms, when big older moms are going to classify the PNP as the Trumpianism, the normalization of life. Come on, Cliff Hughes. It's the Labour government in power the 2 times with Trump there. People customer holding both in color and in heritage and all of that, Cliff Hughes. Me never hear none of them cuss him saying lie and wicked like a Donald Trump. They were always Andrew that paint after. Because Andrew is the one who looks in a camera like Donald Trump and tell a blatant lie. We know, Cliff Hughes. It's a regular thing for you to be on your knees. We understand that. We not hug, but we can look down. And every time we look down, Cliff Hughes, we see you upon your knee. We know you are there. We know you are there. Political vlogger and surrogate. We know, yes, we know you are there. Okay, the PNP talk the thing them and pay we for run with it. So what happened to we? We know somebody. Cliff Hughes, we know somebody. We don't eat, drink, and wear and sleep, Cliff Hughes. Same way Andrew Holness can pay you for talk fuckery, for spew shit out of your mouth, Cliff Hughes, like the shit where you dwell in a Cliff Hughes. We fi just do it for free, so. We fi just do it for free. The time is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister. The time is brought to you by the Office of Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The time is brought to you by the Office of Ministry of Labor and Social Security. So why make you want we fi do it for free? You get so much taxpayer money for do it. You get taxpayer write-off with tax them where you fi pay with. And Cliff Hughes, not people do the job well like we are do it free, or I do it for a pittance from PNP, Cliff Hughes. You not even do the job good like we. Everybody realize that you're on your knees. Everybody realize how sore your foot bottom and your bottom is, Cliff Hughes. So the only refuge of yours, Mr. Hughes, or Lady Hughes, is your knees. But I mean, we know that you are down there. I mean, shouting from down on your knees, Cliff Hughes. Yeah, we see you. No, so you did it, Cliff Hughes. Down on Cliff Hughes' knees. We see you. We know so you did it. You don't have to always ball wolf, Cliff Hughes. We know you are there. We know you have vlogger in the business long time. So what? It's a new dawn, Cliff Hughes. Get used to it. Lie never make for Cliff Hughes alone tell. If Cliff Hughes can't come out, you can't tell lie. If Cliff Hughes can come out here and talk for him bread, we can do it. What we're not going to do like Cliff Hughes, though, is stoop on the people and belittle ourselves and our dignity to rub up with high society. Mind to make so strong. Cliff Hughes. Get up off your knee, though. Get up off of your knee. Look like we have to go grate a banana and busy and mix it with lamp oil and type on Cliff Hughes' body and he foot bottom so he can drag out the pus them and the matter so he can get up and stand up on your foot bottom and stand up strong, stand up like a man, Cliff Hughes. Even though you're a woman inside, darling, you certainly on the outside you can stand like a man. Try it, Nancy. Nasty girl. Nasty big old woman. Try it and see if it don't work. Out of the little slut. Out of the little slut of Cliff Hughes. Every day you come out here with Andrew Holness message. But when we talk a PNP, you pay we. So what if PNP pay we? In Cliff Hughes? So what if PNP pay we? And the pay you do the job for? All right. Let's go back to the headman John Crow. Oops, sorry. Let's go back to the headman John Crow. Bear with. Rather, this Prime Minister of ours, let me redo this thing and tell me that the audio is kicked out. Rather than this Prime Minister of ours serenade the people who stand in, fill the gap where the Prime Minister has failed. And this is classic of the Trumpianism. When they're embarrassed, if they're caught out telling a lie, they tend to turn the ante up and double down at the same time. They will never admit that they are wrong. They will never admit that they're a failure. What they would rather do is go on the attack. And this is what our Prime Minister, unconstitutional though he is, this was what the Prime Minister did in a bid to cover his embarrassment and his outright failure of the handling of the disaster. But the truth be told, as I said, how can we accept a mediocre government in the best of time to jump to excellency in the worst we've ever experienced? It's kind of unrealistic of us, isn't it? But even though unrealistic, the government has been put to shame. Shame that got the Prime Minister back up, and the Prime Minister became offensive and defensive at the same time. Insulting and denigrating the communities internationally and at home who stepped in to patch up the Prime Minister's blatant failure. A historical failure. When today the Prime Minister is under violation of the Emergency Powers Act and the Disaster Risk Management Act that he invoked, that gives him power to do certain things to protect the people's human rights that the Prime Minister have not even done yet, such as mandatory evacuation after the disaster, such as adequate medical, food, water, and shelter. the basic human rights after a disaster have not been met by this government. But those people who step in for the government never even congratulate them. The Prime Minister, in his embarrassment, went out on an attack. And I hope this is how the NGO, the international donors, the entertainers, the vloggers, the TikTokers, YouTubers, and the various charities across Jamaica who stepped up and make Jamaica feel proud, make Jamaica feel loved and wanted in the disaster zone. Because if it was for this government, when you hear the phrase, dog nyam with supper, would have been the phrase, dog nyam with supper. One of the people who have done so well, the Prime Minister saw making country look bad, with the hand in the liquor bag here and the liquor bag there, and making people them a line up and a bungle up for food. Prime Minister, under normal circumstances, and for a normal person, one couldn't tweak their mind to sort of understand what you're saying in relation to that in imagery-wise, optics, not reality, fucking ticks, Prime Minister. But though, when you think, Prime Minister, about the reality of how you left with hungry in a disease, I mean, that image that you are bothered about would have been a worse image, almost Ethiopia 1984 looking, Prime Minister, if those people did not turn up. The same people who you took to the bully podium and insult. Maybe I may want to see it that way there. Maybe I may want to say, you insult the people them who came out to do so well. Despite how it looked to you and your international image, Prime Minister, it's a better image than would have seen flight taking remote and we ribs them a show in the 3-4 weeks where you're not fucking reach you yet. Because only power you're not reach yet, Prime Minister. And charity come over and over and over. Vlogger, entertainer, everybody come over and over and we don't see you yet. So the image that you're worried about for Jamaica, Prime Minister, if we left it to you, our ribs, and we teeth them with fly and get around with. That's the image that would have gone out to the world, Prime Minister. And rather than you tell the people them thank you, you come out and you attack them disgracefully. And then you went on to threaten the rest of us. Coming for no bad. Coming ready to go toe with you know.
I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages. And it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody's giving out a package. No, I think in the initial days,
it's become the in thing now on social media. The Prime Minister said, I couldn't say blood clot follow fashion. That's what, when we say it's in our Jamaican dialect, when we say something become an in thing now, we say not to blood clot follow fashion. That's what the Prime Minister said to the whole honor. We pick up prevent the disgrace of starving Jamaicans, of emaciated Jamaicans going out to the world. The Prime Minister said not to freaking enough. Too enough, said the PM.
it's necessary. But I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people. You know, I don't like my country.
There's a funeral parlor in England called Dignity in Dying. Dignity in Dying. Left us for dead, but he's still saying, die dignified. Because that's, you know, going to answer no, you know. You're going to tell us, die in dignity, said the Prime Minister. That's all I get from it. Die with dignity, said the Prime Minister.
Country to be shown as people running to get food, running to get fighting over package and those kind. I don't like that. And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican.
It creates a kind of mentality that it's not Jamaican. What the Prime Minister is saying here in reverse psychology. This is the image we normally see when it comes to Africa or Haiti. How embarrassing. How embarrassing, Prime Minister, when you were just coming from Africa on bended knees, begging. Begging. I mean, we don't know if you prostituted yourself by night, Prime Minister. But you just come back from Africa begging, but you still come back at your award. No, sir. This is a puppy here. This is a little puppy. This is little yapping chihuahua.
We are independent people at heart. You know, we are.
Rephrase that, PM. PM, could you rephrase that, please? Independent beggars at heart, Prime Minister. Say after me. Independent beggars at heart, PM.
We are independent. We're not supposed to be doing handout. No, yes.
We're not supposed to be doing handout. It's better to leave us hungry. You know, it's better to leave us impoverished and emaciated and thirsty and out in the element, foraging. It a go raid in a Babylon. Tribal war in a Babylon. Prime Minister, if Jamaicans, they follow me, you know. If Jamaicans, they follow me, you're afraid to shut your eye at night time, Prime Minister. If every Jamaican was like me, Prime Minister, you would have afraid to shut your very eye. Sometimes you'd have pray for night no come. Prime Minister, sometimes would have pray for night no come. Because if I even fling ice upon your host up a night time, Prime Minister, if I even fling ice upon your host up at night time, and when you get up a morning time and I look for the stone, them, you know, see no stone. So you that truly believe, say, we obey you, just like how you obey the nation, Prime Minister. You're afraid to sleep at night time, because be ice. The clump of ice, them would have fling on your house, on your wall, them at night time. You'd have to get up, sir, if you end up in the morning time. You'd have to run out of this blood clot neighborhood, yeah. And that me I tell you. And that me you'd have to run out of this neighborhood like the thief that you are. Damn post.
Yes, we are in a place where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity.
Prime Minister, hear what the truth is. We never even given the chance to give up with dignity. You stole it, Prime Minister. You stole the nation's dignity and your wholeness. You stole it. So by the time we get around to Melissa, we never have anything to give up because your teeth a long time. So no frig where you come around your talk about something with your teeth found with. You first, Prime Minister, would have to give the nation back its dignity. So people, somebody else can thief it. But the liquor we did have, Prime Minister, search your back pocket.
So if you have to give, you don't have to, make it, just give that quietly, man.
I'd respond to your line by line tonight. I'd analyze you like I'm reading an essay or an article. Give quietly, he says. Ooh, Birdo. If you're an Adventist, you would know this song. This song is for collecting offering. Would you ask the Savior's blessings freely, freely give? Freely, freely give, says the Prime Minister. Give in quiet. Said the Prime Minister with the green bun. The Prime Minister with the ribbon and balloon upon the taxpayer money's houses. The Prime Minister that embarrassed the nation. The only thing Andrew Holness not give up on camera is the $5,000 on the t-shirt. And Andrew Holness, I tell Jamaica people, say, give in silence. Your wife, Prime Minister, yourself, Prime Minister, your Minister of Justice, your Minister of Local Government. Does that apply to them? You mean Delroy Chuck with the hard bread? But can you blame Andrew Holness? Can you blame Andrew Holness, which just bought so much of us for 5,000 Jamaican dollars? Don't you think when Andrew Holness take up a 10 million Jamaican dollar, give Floyd Green or Dayton Campbell say for building support, Andrew think it amounted, Andrew think it enough? Because if Andrew can pay you $5,000, $1,000 a year for democracy, then the man must think for $10 million one hope of money. Talk it truth. Talk it truth. If you used to just $5,000, $10 million and one whole heap. Continue talking at Junkro.
Keep that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity.
How can we answer this part? I think the best thing to the blah, 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 isn't it, Prime Minister? Blah, blah, blah. That's much I can say, PM. Blah, blah. Or as the Nigerians would say, cho, 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 cho.
So, which is why I announced a week ago that we are going to transition from giving out of packages because it's becoming highly political. Who never get?
There's the big steal. There's the big steal. We have a hope of foreign item for sell. So we can't go sell the free sin thing. Don't say no, because we're going to go later on to an interview with the Prime Minister and Bloomberg Television in South Africa. He had a sit down with Bloomberg. The people of Jamaica is no priority for the Prime Minister. All the Prime Minister cares about is the tourism industry and the economy. Nothing about that. Nothing. As counter Andrew Holness, at the economy alone, Melissa hit down. Nasty Melissa. We licked down with economy and left the whole of we standing. Because to say Melissa, our economy alone the Prime Minister care about. At the tourism alone, and the gather the dollars alone the Prime Minister care about. Nothing else. If you listen to the Prime Minister, Melissa not involved we. Melissa Ungo involved the economy and the tourism industry, but you will hear. The Prime Minister also gave a green light to Donald Trump, sitting in South Africa in a television interview, and gave Donald Trump the green light for his bombing of fishermen in the campaign. You will hear from the Prime Minister's mouth. You see to my mouth, lobber? You see to we walk and tell lie? We're going to make the Prime Minister mouth talky. We'll get to that, though.
And if you go to a man's place and then him say, oh, you never called me to go give package with you, and you only give to that. Look, the amount of, the funny thing is.
And we want to know, Prime Minister, the international aid in relation to food. Where is it? Because so far we don't see any hit in any of the care packages where people have video. Marlene Malahou fought with the 1 tin mackerel and the 2 pound of flour. Marlene Malahou fought with the 1 tin mackerel and where you go, lady? Lady, where you go? With the 1 tin mackerel and the 2 pound of flour. But we want to know, Prime Minister, what happened to them something there? Ghana send Gary, Ghana send cocoa, Ghana send a lot of cocoa. What happened to them something there, Prime Minister? Because if you transfer to the vulture, move from the food handout and transfer to the vulture, automatically it's some money spending in the Jamaica economy to turn over the economy for you. But what happened to the cheap, what happened to the free food them were foreign send? Them a go turn and take weeble, them a go go to your friend them and go wrap out in a pound plastic bag. This is what we want to know, Prime Minister. What happened to the parent people them things? Me want Gary to make fufu. Me want Gary to make bami, Prime Minister. Prime Minister, what happened to the sinting them where the people them send come through? Prime Minister, you know shame. You know shame. Good God Almighty. After the 5 years of disgrace that you have been sitting in Prime Minister, you're like a messy baby that has never been changed. You just see mess after mess after mess. Pantapa mess.
Is this the amount of JLP people who call me to say PMP MPs get package and don't come to them? And I said, look, I don't want a political issue. Don't bother make no noise over that. Don't make no noise over that. Right? It is disgusting that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid.
Should I answer him here? No. 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 Disgusting, he says. I mean, how can you talk to your wife like that? How could you speak to your wife like that? Anyway.
We have to bring an end to it then. Because some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it.
This is where I'm confused. Who are you talking to? Some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it. Who are you talking to? The vlogger them and the entertainer them where you say make Jamaica look bad? Or the hungry, forgotten about people by the God? Who is it, Prime Minister, that of all of what you said in this pile of shit that you've spoken, this is the part that confused me. Who cannot resist it? The suffering people or the entertainers and vloggers and everybody will do your angel wholeness? Who you attack? MPM, who are you talking? Because I'm kind of confused about that part there. We can't straighten out that part, the Prime Minister, because I'm confused.
And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards that they can go and buy the stuff that they need.
And the question is, Prime Minister, what happened to the food will come from foreign? Will we see those food and supermarket shelf or in local shop repackaged and being sold to us, Prime Minister? Or will they stay at the ADPM warehouse and pile? Will they stay at the ADPM warehouse and pile?
No, shops are not up yet. And that is why early in the day we said we're going to help the shops stand up back. And for shops to get back up on their feet, they need electricity. There are some communities that are not going to get electricity right away. So what they will get, we will loan them a generator so that when they get back electricity, we can take that back and give it to another shop.
And where the blood clot
That is how you save money.
And where the
Because
blood clot
what we're going to do here is not
clot
from the generators that are donated. The government of Jamaica will buy these generators. So it's taxpayers' money. And we have to use it in the most efficient ways. We couldn't take donated generators and give it to business to use. No, donated generators either support government resilience or we give that to NGOs or churches or so. But the ones that we purchase now, we use that in business for people who are going to make profit from it. And they will have the option after it. If they want to buy it, then they can buy it. If not, then we give it to somebody else to use. Because we are a thinking government. The unthinking people who are selfish and just looking for benefits for themselves, they will think another way. And those are the people who got Jamaica into problems. It is that kind of thinking that put Jamaica into problems. It is my kind of thinking that has taken Jamaica out of problems.
Ungrateful
And it is one thing that you will see about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want talk, make me one. Me will go with you totally. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies. We cannot allow them to win. So we will have it out. As I have said, it is not just managing the disaster. It is managing the false information. And we have to go to war with that.
Me done talk to Bamba. I know me I talk to God yet.
I know me I talk to. Betsy a God I talk to. Where can we I talk to Prime Minister? I can't we are threatening violence. Prime Minister, I can't we are threatening violence to sir. I wonder if you remember, Prime Minister. So we are the same people them we used to light the fire upon the plantation them. Me not think you remember, you know. Me not think you remember, so we are the same people, so the least little chance we get on the plantation, a war, a trouble, a problem on the plantation, Prime Minister. Have you forgotten? Have the Prime Minister forgotten the amount of fire we light on the plantation? Everybody make sure, you know. They know in a no round the corner, go along with you. Everybody will come out and give you in a
I'm
public.
here with a team from CRIF SPC. I'm going to allow the team to introduce themselves and to explain what is CRIF.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. So CRIF SPC was established in the year 2007 following Hurricane Ivan, which occurred, as you recall, in the year 2004, where the governments of the Caribbean at the time decided to enlist the support of the World Bank, and with the support of the donor community came to establish what was then known as the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, which was established as the world's first multi-country risk pool for parametric insurance for the country. Now, how parametric insurance works. So just to be very clear, essentially, it is very different to the traditional insurance that most people know, where following a disaster, a detailed assessment of losses must be undertaken, which can actually take a long time, 6 months, sometimes a year. But in the case of CRIF insurance, which is parametric insurance, the whole idea is to be able to make quick payouts following the disaster. And as the Honorable Prime Minister would have said, in the case of CRIF, we were able to make 2 payouts to the government. One on its tropical cyclone policy, where the government got $70.8 million US dollars within 2 weeks, and an additional $21.1 million under its excess rainfall payout policy following the disaster. So in total, the government benefited from payouts of $91.9 million, or approximately $92 million, which is commendable because the government of Jamaica has been part of this facility from the inception. And again, you would have seen between last year, again, the country received a payout of about $26 million. So in total, over a period of just 2 years, the country has benefited from payouts totaling about $118 million, which clearly shows that the government clearly made a very good decision in investing in CRIF insurance. And at this point, I would also like to take the opportunity to really commend the government of Jamaica for leading the way in disaster risk financing. The government of Jamaica has adopted what is called a risk layering approach. And by that, the government determines what are the most important disaster risk financing instruments are appropriate for different layers. So for example, in the case of CRIF, the insurance that we provide covers a cross-section of a number of layers, whether you talk about, for example, a category 3 hurricane, 4 and 5. And this year we had a hurricane with the intensity of Melissa making a direct hit in the country. And again, as a category 5, CRIF was able to come and make a payout totaling $91.9 million. But then the government also invested in a cat bond, which is really designed for those rare events, what you call those very intense events, at a much higher level of risk. And again, the government was able to benefit from a payout under its cat bond of $150 million. So, Prime Minister, let me really commend you for this. I think it is something that we should really continue. We again want to commend the government for its investment in insurance, and we continue to look forward to working with you to be able to help you build your financial resilience as you, for example, confront the challenges of climate change.
The Deputy Chairman of the SPC and also the Chairman of the Finance and Budget Committee, I'd like to make this presentation to you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And this whole hurricane insurance galangin, where Andrew Holness them I take credit for. You're all following the lead of Omar Davis, mother heifers. You're all following the lead of Omar Davis.
Your question concerning
let's just clarify. None of the
Let me answer first, Dana Dixon. Barring the $150 million that we loaned to the Japanese company JPS, the government says they not spend nothing out of the money yet. Out of the Opa money, where the government are collect, the government say barring the 150 million US that they loan to JPS, the Japanese company who own 80% of JPS. Yeah. It's all about the economy and private. You will hear from the Prime Minister when he does his Bloomberg interview. Me kiss and go over Bloomberg. Yes or no sweet. Over Bloomberg sweet.
Your question
Oh, wait. So
concerning
let's just clarify. None of the money that has been received has been spent as yet. So we've been using our government funds.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
So none of that money has been spent.
Somebody come and look at this.
They're now going to figure out how to spend it. Figure out. They're now going to figure out how to spend it.
Figure out. Let's go to the Prime Minister's interview with Bloomberg in South Africa. And you will have to listen very, very, very carefully to the Prime Minister's answer to this interview. If you not spot it, God help you.
Prior to the hurricane, of course, Jamaica was doing well economically. What is the outlook now, especially when you consider unemployment, debt, and the like?
Hurricane Melissa could only be described as an atomic bomb.
Yes, just say it already. We don't move on.
That left a trail of destruction through 7 of our 14 parishes. It is estimated that the physical loss of assets would be somewhere in the region of about 8.8 billion US dollars, amounting to approximately 40% of our GDP. 900,000 persons have been impacted. 150,000 homes have been impacted. We've lost 45 of our citizens have died. And it has generated debris to the extent of about 480,000 standard truckloads. So you get a sense of the devastation. But Jamaica is not down and out. The other half of the country is functioning, doing well. And so the strategy is to keep our economy going as much as possible and to use the other half of the country to drive and support the recovery of the half that has been damaged.
Have you been able to secure any additional financing or foreign aid during your trip here for rebuilding?
So to answer your question in 2 parts, firstly, we were prepared from a financial perspective, a fiscal perspective, by having a catastrophe bond, insurance, and contingency borrowing up to about $1.1 billion. We will have to borrow more than that. We estimate that the recovery that the government would have to support would be somewhere in the region of $4 to $6 billion. And so we are in the process of negotiating, talking to the international institutions about how they can support Jamaica. So my presence here today has been very successful in that regard, in mobilizing the resources and support of the international financial institutions.
Do you think it might be debt issuance? Would it be foreign aid?
It will be a mix. It will be a mix of things, but clearly most of it would be debt. Now, it all depends on what kind of debt. Is it concessional debt? Is it long-term debt? Is it debt that is linked specifically to reconstruction? Is it debt that we can use to support?
Debt every day. Debt, PM say, you get a bill, your son get a bill, grandchildren get a bill, everybody get a bill because the Prime Minister said, debt every day. Debt, PM say.
Private initiative and private sector, is it supporting de-risking some of these products? So it's going to be a blend of approaches to support and finance the recovery effort.
Is that something you're talking to President Ramaphosa about? What have the discussions with the leaders then been here?
I've met with several leaders, and all of them have expressed solidarity with Jamaica. And we will have varying support, whether it is relief support, recovery support, long-term reconstruction support, financial support. As it relates to South African President Ramaphosa, I will be meeting with him in a few minutes. So I'll have a better sense as to what South Africa will do.
Do you think there needs to be more done in terms of climate financing? That was something that was important for President Ramaphosa as part of the G20. That is something that a nation like Jamaica should push for and does push for. Do you think there's been progress on those discussions?
I think a lot has been said about climate financing. But I do agree with you, much more needs to be done in terms of making funding more accessible, which has always been a significant challenge of just accessing, and in developed countries keeping their commitment to funding some of the initiatives in climate change and resilience building.
Does the declaration go far enough then that we got out of this G20?
I think the declaration is a strong declaration in this regard. I will say this though, the climate change movement is obviously being challenged, as is the multilateral movement. For small countries like Jamaica, we don't see climate change as an academic discourse. Climate change is a reality. We're seeing more intense, more frequent, and overlapping.
We said the Prime Minister don't see climate change as an academic discourse. That means we follow all the climate change rule and we believe the climate change argument. Speak for yourself, though, Prime Minister. Because when the scientists in America have power to play God with the weather and the environment, then of course, Prime Minister, there is a climate change, there's an academic discourse in climate change. Because I, as an academic Prime Minister, you cannot fool me or cannot fool many Jamaicans or many people around this world that Melissa wasn't manipulation of the environment. Speak for yourself, Andrew Holness.
Weather events, which could be attributed to a change in the climate, whether it is natural or man-made. The truth is that the change in the climate is having an impact on the balance sheets of countries. We could wake up one day and one event, 40% of our GDP is wiped out. So for us, climate change is a practical thing, and the way to respond to it is for the...
Not half of our nation or island is being wiped out or could be wiped out. Half of our gross domestic product.
Global architecture, whether it is a financial architecture or the way in which countries relate to each other bilaterally, is to build resilience. So resilience is the bridge, I believe, where both arguments and perspectives.
This word resilience has been bandied around so much by the Prime Minister, but he never sought to give a definition of what he's really speaking about when he says resilience. Because resilience, Prime Minister, as far as we're concerned with the Jamaican government, is resilient thieves, resilient crooks, and resilient corrupt bastards, Prime Minister.
Should meet.
Prime Minister, I just want to finish on one point. Of course, the U.S. president is not here, but we have seen increased tensions in your region between the U.S. and Venezuela, very close to Jamaica. How do you assess the situation at this point?
I want you to listen very carefully. If you know any dog around you or any dog at all you can borrow 2 dog ears, because you know say dog ears hear from far. Dog ears hear things that you cannot hear or see. Borrow 2 dog ears. That's much I can say. Borrow 2 dog ears, because you will need to lift them up to listen.
What are some of the risks that you see here?
You know, we always maintain that the Caribbean is a zone of peace, and we want to ensure that it is a zone of peace. Any action that challenges that or changes that view would have or could have devastating impact on tourism.
Any of such behavior that Donald Trump is carrying out, I'm paraphrasing the Prime Minister, not could have devastated consequences on the region and the life and standard of the people. To tourism, the Prime Minister says. To tourism. Not to your life and livelihood. To tourism. The only thing the Prime Minister is concerned about by Donald Trump mustering of war in our region is the effect on tourism. Tourism. The ism of those who seek for sex and enjoyment abroad. That's the ism they call tourism.
Which is the major foreign exchange. Resilience is the bridge, I believe, where both arguments and perspectives should meet.
Prime Minister, I just want to finish on one point. Of course, the U.S. president is not here, but we have seen increased tensions in your region between the U.S. and Venezuela, very close to Jamaica. How do you assess the situation at this point? What are some of the risks that you see here?
You know, we always maintain that the Caribbean is a zone of peace, and we want to ensure that it is a zone of peace. Any action that challenges that or changes that view would have or could have devastating impact on tourism, which is the major foreign exchange earner for most countries in the Caribbean. Having said that, however, there must be consideration for countries in the region for rising crime, rising transshipment, and drugs. So there is need to tackle this business of drugs, transshipment, and rising.
Drugs transshipment, Prime Minister, as Donald Trump is claimed or has claimed, cannot be tackled domestically in international waters. America or any of these other country, Prime Minister, has no legal authority to carry out such a maneuver in international waters. That's not America's soil, even though America take the world and police it for themselves, but internationally by law, Prime Minister, America has no jurisdiction to do what Donald Trump is doing. Hence is why Britain has withdrawn their intelligence sharing in relation to that matter for the complicity of war crime. Or violations of international law. But your Prime Minister just sat down and gave the blue light to Donald Trump. This is the second time, mind you, this is the second time. Remember when the Prime Minister went to the United Nations the other day? The Prime Minister gave Donald Trump the same green light with his bombing in the Caribbean. The Prime Minister is saying Donald Trump has the legal authority to carry out this strike in international water under the pretense of fighting against drug trafficking, not on America's soil, though. Cliff Hughes said PMP are the Donald Trumpians anyway.
In crime linked to these operations in the region. So whatever is being done should be done with consideration for the economy of the region, safety and respect for the sovereignty of the people. But Jamaica does support action.
Not in relations to international law. Pussy. Andrew Holness support, not Jamaica support. Pussy. We, the people of Jamaica, are friends of Venezuela. Can you repeat after me? Andrew Holness supports, not Jamaica. Don't draw we in your fuckery. Don't draw we You're sitting down in everybody's lap that you can't get a little rest in a private. Don't draw it in there. Don't do it. Andrew Holness and the people of Jamaica are different thinkers. We don't think in a man when we sit down in a man lap Andrew Holness. We're not some little careless girl like you. We sit down in a man lap and talk, fuck, if you get a little money in your hand and then you move off to the next man. Don't frig yourself about Jamaica support. What the fuck you know Jamaica support? We're not murderers, Prime Minister.
In the region for rising crime, rising transshipment, and drugs. So there is need to tackle this business of drugs, transshipment, and rising crime linked to these operations in the region. So whatever is being done should be done with consideration for the economy of the region, safety and respect for the sovereignty of the people. But Jamaica does support actions against drug cartels and
Jamaica does support action against drug cartel. Jamaica support action against Venezuela is what the Prime Minister is saying. Because under international law, Donald Trump cannot make an argument surrounding drugs transshipment to bomb another country. Such does not warrant in international law, Prime Minister. You spoke nothing, not one word of the respect for international law. It's all about tourism. Bomb your way through the Caribbean, Donald Trump. If it doesn't affect our tourism economy, said the Prime Minister, bomb your way through the Caribbean, assisted by the Trinidadian harlot. Bomb your way through Venezuela, said the Prime Minister.
Other actors that create crime and violence in our country.
Have you spoken to any U.S. officials about that?
We're always constantly in dialogue.
We're always constantly in dialogue, he says. We're always constantly, said the Prime Minister, in dialogue. No, tomorrow is the day when we will do our cleanup in parity, given that Floyd Green is in somebody's lap or on somebody's back. And we may not see Mr. Green or any help from government anytime soon. We, the people of party, are not just going to wait for government to forget about us because we know it's their standard practice. All we're asking of the government of Jamaica, if we can't go take up on a light post and fix on a road so we can get to move around, pick up with life and go about with business. We literally now wait for UNO to fix our things. We UNO take Melissa and mash up. We just want UNO to come look at a funnessing thing because we build a community. We never get no help from government or anywhere outside to build it. We build it ourselves out of our fishing industry. So we ask you, come take up your light post them and come take up your road out of our way so we can get to pass. Take up your light posts and take up your road then so we can get to pass because then in our way. We can't get to move on with life, Prime Minister, with your road and your light post them in our way. So that's all we ask UNO for. We not ask UNO for much. We know UNO not do much. We know we not get much from UNO. All we are asking do, can take up on no sinting them. Can take up on no sinting. We take up for it tomorrow. But four of them still lay down in our way. And we ask you kindly, if you could have just come take them up, because we want pass Andrew Holness, Flight Green, and the dead Derek Sangster. Please, we're begging you, come take up on us sinting them out our way, make we get to pass. The audio keep jumping out. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Bear with. Come take up on us sinting them in our way. And we need to pass. We need to pass under wellness. On a road, and on a light post in our way. We're going to clean up the rest of debris them. All we ask for is Chuck to remove them from out of the community. Pack them up on the cliff hills if you need to. The amount of space that they find it time they keep party a year time. You should have enough hollow hole and enough sinkhole so we can drop rubble in a. Just move them. That's all we're asking.
No media house coming here. No Gleaner, no Observer, no TVJ, no Nationwide. Nobody coming in here. Nobody don't pay us any mind. But we need attention and we need help. Because people taking Starlink, we don't have any phone signal over here, you know. People getting Starlink, they're carrying it only to the other side. And generators. And we are here sleeping in dark and mosquito. We need attention. We need attention. We're badly affected. Party mash up. We don't know when the district can come back to. A lot of us live off a Pelican Bar. It is a community tourism. And I was a part of it. We don't know when the district will come back to.
Mash way up. Mash way up. And your oldness walk we left with Pandot. Here we go give it free. And even throw the leftover way as brata. And then have the nerve to come back to Jamaica. After I go South Africa, go walk the hope of Obia Panwe. Like the people of Cameroon were say President Bear Obia them. After Andrew go South Africa, go walk the hope of Obia Panwe. Andrew come back. Andrew never even said thank Uno. Andrew never even said thank Uno. Andrew threatened Andrew insult Uno. All of the people who stood up for Jamaica, Andrew got South Africa go walk the Obia, come back, come insult Uno. And when you think the insult never enough in turn around and threaten the whole away. Prime Minister, me ready for dead. Prime Minister, write my name on your bullet. And if you write my name on more than one bullet, a wild shooters, your shooter them be. Your shooters would be wild shooters. You have to go kill Holy Pawino. You're going to have to kill a lot of us. There are many of us who will go in silent, Prime Minister. I would go down in a flames of glory. Kicking and screaming, Prime Minister. Kicking and screaming. We now look, we give you 2 whole ear. 1, 2 whole ear for thief in a piece, Andrew Holness. The way how we low you, cuss him tonight. The way how we low you for thief in a piece. Your thief, so till you get yourself in a trouble. Your thief till you bring the whole nation into disgrace and disrepute. Drunk. And you want we feel low you for your thief in a silent. No, this time we make nice. Because your finger Your finger, Prime Minister, created a lot of noise around you, has it not? Look at what your finger has done to you. You're up in front of the court for illicit enrichment and tax evasion and election irregularity. Look at you speaking about dignity and uncertified crook. Uncertified crook. Talk about dignity. Dignity, he said. Otada. Otada. Could take up on a light post on a broke up road them out of way, Prime Minister. Could take up on a light post on a broke up road them out of way, make party get to move. And that we tell you. We don't want nothing else for because we don't have nothing else figgy. We don't rather come like a thief in the night. So we don't ask for much because we know when we ask for much, we tend to lose out. Because when you ask thief, listen to give them a you and come thief back for you. And that's how this government operate. Oh, Tada. Talk to we like we are the same type of crook.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kevar Bennett. I am a resident of the community of Party. I just arrived in Party after the devastation that has disseminated about 95% of the homes are flattened in this community. One of the most hard-hit parish is St. Elizabeth, and one of the most hard-hit communities is Party. And as you can see that, I brought some stuff, yeah, to distribute to my community. But the issue of access still remains the priority of the community. Right now, we are just to a small part in, and we can't go any further because, as you can see right now, the entire roadway is blocked that no cars really can't get in. Access should be the main priority of the government, should be the main priority of the political representative, because without access to the community, the people will perish. The people that need help will not be able to get the help. Many persons who are trying to reach out to the people will not be able to reach them because they do not have access to the people. So I'm appealing. We need road access. There's no road access. Look what we have to be doing. Carrying the food in wheelbarrow because the road is completely blocked. We need road access in Party, Crane Road, St. Elizabeth. Immediately. Look at the condition of the road. Look at the condition of the road. It is dire. Help us.
One of the most hard-hit community in the wake of Melissa, but a community that has been forgotten by government and its political representatives. A community also that sits right along the corridor of the Prime Minister's South Coast tourism development. What can go so, one may ask? A community left in frustration, forgotten, albeit we are sitting in the Prime Minister's corridor of his new South Coast tourist development. When the Prime Minister declared war, do not take the Prime Minister simple. We are in war mode at the moment. You all should be training and you all should be mobilizing yourself. Your Prime Minister has spoken clear. Your Prime Minister has laid the threats bare in front of us. It is for us to decide on self-determination. Unite Jamaica. or perish. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight on Global TV. Isn't it weird to have us out here on a Saturday night? Isn't it weird to have us out here on a Saturday night? But because the PM frig himself and come threaten with,
See about me not afraid of nobody. One, me we go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
This threaten me to blood clot. Oh, me done talk to Bamba one. I know me a talk to God yet.
thank you very much for being here with us tonight on Global TV. We are in a war mood, Prime Minister. We'll continue to stay in the trenches because that's where the front line of the war is. Thank you very much and good night.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gotta pass down Babylon walls. Prepare the way, prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime, fight down war and crime. Me say Rastafari, war and crime, and do the righteousness. And we love, and we love Jaja, and we love Jaja, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jaja, we love Jaja, Rastafari, we love Jaja, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Day or night, we gonna pass down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime, fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteous. Ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gotta pass down Babylon walls. Prepare the way, prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime, fight down war and crime. Me say Rastafari, war and crime, and do the righteousness. And we love, and we love Jaja. crime away, put crime away again. Listen, yeah. Just a tie and I say watch your man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.